Okay, I want to do a quick update on this. So here I have a bunch of the interior parts painted. I can zoom up into there a little bit more. And basically I had let's see what my paints were. A matte base of like black, gray, black. Um, Somewhere over here. There's a black, gray, black, gray. And then I'm not just hand painted because I figured this scale you're not going to see the things, the brush marks that much, and if they show up, and also there's so much detail, and all this is in the dark areas and recesses inside the Death Star anyway, so just add some texture if you could see it. And then what did I do? I don't have a dark ghost gray, so I did a check online, and this paint was maybe 96% close to something like that to what dark ghost gray would be. And I was following something I saw someone do online that he was using some paints, and I was just trying to follow some of that. So I used that to color like this kind of medium gray you might see here and right there. And then what else did I do? Then I started to highlight the edges of this the different levels, I guess, that you can see there. With basically, I used a light gray, I believe that's what I used. And well, actually, initially I did this over it, and then on some of these I decided, it has such a wide area, I just painted the whole thing, and then I started to highlight with the light gray that you can see in this area, like that. This was all with brush, a mix of dry brushing with actually painting some stuff on. I think it will be quicker. It's not the cleanest, but you really can't tell at the scale, to be honest. I think the details just still show up pretty good, as you can see. Then I mixed, let's see, a dark rust somewhere to add just a little bit of, so it's not so monochromatic. You might have some other semi-earthy, rusty colors as you're building this thing, and maybe different parts within the superstructure, the structure of this Death Star. So there's some like kind of rusty, like dark brownish, brownish reddish kind of color. Then I also had this orange brown, which I had on the side. They were all on the plate, a little dish rather. And then I mixed the two together to get something in between the dark rust and the orange brown, just to get some of these like you can see some of these other areas that are a bit lighter right there. You can see I just picked some spots and just kind of put it here and there. I didn't want to overdo it, because the Death Star is not to be that colorful, but I figure a couple of spots might have some, I don't know, something going on that this is not necessarily all gray. I think it'll make it visually interesting. And then in some points I may have used mostly this for just some very subtle small areas. And I just kind of dabbed it all around, and that's basically it. I mean, the main outside I haven't touched yet. I'm gonna attempt to, because I saw this person actually hand paint each one of these panels, which I will not do. I'm better off either airbrushing it in dark and then maybe doing a light gray panel lining, hopefully, that can go in between to line it up. That's one option, but I'm thinking this light gray is fine. That's what needs to show up in between the plates. So I'm going to try to do a technique of light gray with dry brushing. Like this is the light gray here. I just did a test to see how it looked against the plastic gray, and I think that's about right. Like the dark panels around the Death Star, it's not supposed to be super dark. I think this is about right to my eyes, so we'll see. So then, but next I'm going to start piecing the inner structures together, as you can sort of see in the instructions here. Most of that will go on, and pretty much the outer part is last. So once that's together, basically I'm going to start putting it together, and then pretty much the whole thing, I can't imagine why I would stop. And then any seam lines, I'm going to try to cement and just make it as tight as possible. Hopefully, I don't think I'm going to need putty, but we'll see. And then I'm going to just take it and just hand dry brush the light gray over the surface, and hopefully it'll only catch on the raised panel areas, and the left will be recessed, and we shall see. I'm still not sure what to do about this part, just because there should be more paneling coming off of there. The person actually did it by hand. He kind of just painted his own little pattern coming out there, which I don't know, maybe I'll try to do. That might be one of the last things I address, because I'm not exactly sure. I gotta sort of see how it overall looks like with the main paneling on this done, and then see how this works into it, what color will look right, balanced against all that. So I think the next phase will be for me to show off the whole thing constructed just before doing the dry brushing on the surface.